Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the slightly shorter than expected six-part of Vampyr. Yeah, my internet went out again. The rain apparently must have gotten into something. But at least it didn't put me out of action for 8 hours like it did last Saturday. So, I'm your host, Iron Dragon. All the usual stuff. We'll get into it in just a minute because I've got something I need to do first. I'll be right with you. Rain's coming down too. I guess it's trying to make up for all the rain we didn't get during the summer. And it's going to be like this for the next, well, through Saturday at least. Oh, I never complain when it rains like this. What we really need is a nice slow rain that lasts all day.
To the shadows.
Just rain for today and tomorrow. Now there will be thunderstorms on Saturday. Which might be a bit of a pain, but sure I can if I'm willing to take the risk. It depends on how bad the streams are and when we have them. After the stream, I should check the weather forecast again. I wonder if it's going to get cold enough for us to get thunder snow. Okay, Martin, I don't ask much. I just ask for you to go in there so I can go into the woman's house so I can spy on you. But that is this part of the United States for you, though. We do still get some weird weather around here. Most of the most severe weather, like, you know, they're always putting us on tornado watches or thunderstorm watches or whatever, but most of it tends to go around this city. But on the other hand, we end up with some really freakish weather. Like the time it snowed on April 15th. I mean, come on. It's mid-December and our grass is still green. Ah, well, no thunder snow then.
I know I've got something that'll strike your fancy. If not, I'll find you something.
There we go.
I'm sorry to say, but you haven't yet paid me for the clock I brought you last time.
The clock? Oh, yes. I found a broken clock in the living room and I couldn't remember where it came from.
You broke it? Ah, that is unfortunate. It was such a beautiful piece of work.
Really? Oh, I'm so clumsy these days. I'm so sorry. How much was it?
This will be enough. I can't make you pay the whole price if it's broken.
That's so kind of you. I'm going to make some tea now.
It will be enough until the next time you forget it, you old bat.
I'm gonna have to confront your ass about this. And that's the last of her secrets.
Good evening, young man.
There's no need to call me that, Dr. Reid.
It's time to confess, Martin. You've exploited Miss Gillingham's weakness to your own advantage, have you not?
All I've done is smile at her and be kind to her. I've done no other harm than giving her what she needed. This is no crime.
I don't think it matters what your answer is.
Lying and cheating are not qualities that one expects of a mature adult, my boy.
Christ, you sound like me old man. Grow up, stand straight. I'll live my life how I want, thanks.
That wasn't the correct answer. Oh well.
Show me what you have.
Well, he has all the common parts that I don't need. Oh well. I don't think there's anyone else in the docks anyway. Or, not the docks, but, well, yes, the docks. Missed one of Sabrina's, missed one of Ichabod's. But other than that, and missed one of Martin's. But other than that, I got everyone's. Well, I guess it's up to Whitechapel then. You know what this game really could have used? Fast travel. That would have been nice. From lair to lair, at least. Oh, crap. You? They probably didn't think about it. What's interesting is that this is from Don't Nod Entertainment. The same people who did Life is Strange. And they also did, oh, I'm trying to remember the name of the game. Remember Me.
I cannot enter.
I loved Remember Me. That was a great game. A lot of aluminum shards again. I'd almost consider starting to sell some of those off.
It's locked, all right.
Oh, good. Well, that means they can't get to me, I can't get to them. Hold on. And for once, he didn't make that jump and land on me. Well, hey, that's some ergotamine that I won't have to go buying. I'm not going to talk to Lady Ashbury just yet. Because I do have the whole of the Whitechapel district to worry about. Plus, I still have that other investigation to find someone who knows Braille. And I know who the guy is that knows it, but for some reason, he won't talk to me yet. Well, I might have to. No, he's refused to talk to me twice already. I have, yeah. Level 19 currently. Of course, coming up here does mean I'm gonna have to fight my way. Probably fight my way past a few more pre-wins.
See them fancy clothes? This one's a top! You! Don't like that, do you?
And I still keep forgetting to check my stamina. You know what? That is my blood, and I would like some of it back. Now, I do remember some of what I have to do. I know Albert and his dad will talk every now and then.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Someday you'll understand. And you've wasted your life.
Oh, okay. No, not this guy. Good, I'm not going to waste time.
It's all a bloody joke to you.
Good evening, Benjamin.
I'm afraid.
Whatever the...
I swear I...
What?
The doctor...
It's a...
Now...
A gun, alcohol.
Can't get his last one until after this, until after I get Albert's.
How are you?
I'm not your...
All right.
Goodbye, young man.
There is an eavesdropping opportunity with this guy. And yeah, see, that's the one thing about the game, is that these hints about people sometimes have to be collected in a certain order. I have to eavesdrop on them.
You look and smell worse than the shit in the gutter, old man.
It's all a bloody joke to you, innit? Stealing drugs from the sick and suffering.
Me? I'll not die in some piss-stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lavvy.
Bloody heart, boy.
Keep on digging through the rubbish, that's all you're good for.
Someday you'll understand. You've wasted your life away.
Anyway, and what happens is, he'll start trying to break into houses, and eventually it'll give me an eavesdropping opportunity, at which point I follow him until he goes through a locked gate, teleport up to a balcony, walk around to the far side of the building and drop down into a courtyard, and then open the door into the building so I can spy on Albert. Kind of a rare reverse one. Usually you're spying from outside, but in this case you're spying from inside a building. But at any rate, I have to do that to learn one of his hints, and then after I learn that hint, I can go and find his first hint and find one of Benjamin Palmer's hints.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
No, you'll probably end up a gang member in jail.
The wet boots will be proud of me.
Proud of a guy who can't even pick a simple lock? And there's my opportunity, so I'll just follow him. Great. Oh. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to wait again through another cycle of that.
You look and smell worse than the shit in the gutter, old man.
It's all a bloody joke to you, isn't it? Stealing drugs from the sick and suffering.
Me? I'll not die in some piss-stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lavvy.
You black bloody heart, boy.
Keep on digging through the rubbish, that's all you're good for.
Someday you'll understand. You've wasted your life away.
The wet boots will be proud of me.
So you keep saying.
Someday you'll understand. You've wasted your life away.
So he keeps saying.
It's all a bloody joke to you, isn't it?
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
And there he goes to pick that lock again. Or try to. I made the mistake of trying to follow him through the gate. That's the reason why he aborted it. Now he goes up and talks to his dad again and repeats the same
You
discussion.
look and smell worse than the shit in the gutter, old man.
It's all a bloody joke to you, isn't it? Stealing drugs from the sick and suffering.
Me? I'll not die in some piss-stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lavvy.
You have a black and bloody heart, boy.
Keep on digging through the rubbish, that's all you're good for.
Someday you'll understand. You've wasted your life away.
There it is. Harmonil for severe anxiety and nervous disposition. Thanks for nothing, old fart. I'll get a good price for your precious pills.
Oh, look. He stole his dad's drugs. Just like his dad has been saying for the last, couple of days.
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy.
It is clear that you have a somewhat contentious relationship with your father.
Oh, really? Nothing clever to say?
He's an alcoholic. That must make life difficult.
Oh, no, it's perfectly fine. No money, no home, no friends to lend a hand. My father should have died in France.
War can change you. I have seen many men who have lost their wits on the battlefield.
I'm not going to lose any more time with that drunken arse. Me? I prefer to take my chances with the wet boot boys.
Why do you want to join a gang, Albert?
I'm not going to spend the rest of my life sleeping under bridges.
I understand that living in poverty may be a doorway to a life of crime. But you are still young enough to turn back.
I'm not a child anymore. I'm old enough to do what needs to be done.
Doesn't matter.
Surely there is more to you than this. Why not choose a different path? Earn respect through righteous deeds. You will feel better for it.
Don't make me laugh. You don't know shit about me. You never lived in the streets, so keep your fucking advice to yourself.
Why did you try to steal your father's medication?
Why shouldn't I? What has he ever done to earn my respect?
Your father seems to hold quite a grudge against you.
Man's a walking gin bottle. I ain't seen him sober since he got back from the war. But the gun? Now that is a surprise.
Goodbye, young man.
Which I'm sure Albert will probably try to steal at some point and get shot for it.
You've wasted your life away.
Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not.
Did you know of your son's plans to join the Wet Boot Boys gang?
Barely survived the war, just to come back and see me wife die of the flu, and my son turn into a petty thug.
Albert is old enough to make his own mistakes, don't you think? To forbid him will only encourage him to join them.
Yeah, my Albert's as tough and stubborn as his old man. Apple didn't fall far from the tree.
Your suspicions concerning Albert were legitimate, but were you sure he was guilty when you shot him? Tell me the truth, Benjamin.
No, I wasn't. I just went mad without realizing what I was doing. My God. I almost shot him.
You had better speak to Albert. You need to clear the air. He has to understand what you endured, and you must listen to him talk about his pain.
I'm afraid it's too late. I pointed a gun at him for the sake of a few pills.
A gun?
Okay, who's next? Not them. Not Cadigan. Not her. Got both of them. Harry and Joe Peterson, maybe? Oh, hello, Mary. Sorry. I was busy looking at a web page and missed you coming in. Thanks for stopping by. I mean, I appreciate the support. Okay, so.
This district seems to get uglier every year.
No offense, Mr. Cadigan, but you're part of that ugly.
Joe, please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can...
Fancy...
You never... Right then.
Oh, hey. Buy multiples. Yes, I want good trigger parts. And good handle parts. Oh, good grief. Just how much grease does one guy need? Something like that. And I've said it before, everyone needs a good screw every now and then, but 141 of them is a little bit much, Jonathan. Don't want to sell too much, or I might end up not having the parts I need. Okay, Joe, go in your house so I can learn your next secret.
I know it's hard to believe, but this district has always been wretched.
You're late. Where's my money? Hard to pay, one way or another.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid. Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look.
So you only hurt people because you care about me? Is that it?
Don't be such a brat. I do what I must to provide us with food and medicine, that's all.
Mum would never have let you bully an old friend like Mr. Lewis. Shame on you.
Harry, I'm your father and I love you. But don't you ever speak to me like that again.
What? You're gonna beat me too?
Jesus. Give me patience.
his last... See, that's both his and Barrett's. Then there's Christina and Clayton.
You look so pale, my lord. Would you like me to revive you?
Not in the way you think I would.
I'm cheap and I'm clean. Pay me a glass and I'll be gentle. Pay me a bottle and I'll be nasty.
I should be able to watch either her or Clayton Darby. What's going to happen is that he is going to walk around to the church near the alley where Camellia is, and he'll go into a locked area, and I'll be able to... Yep, here we go.
Something going on in this district. I don't know what. Like a secret or a plot. I must...
You look so pale, my lord. Would you like me to revive you?
And eventually she'll come back here too. I have to sit here and wait until that happens. Or rather, he's going to come back here into this. You can see, here she comes.
You still want more from Christina?
When we spent the night together, my wallet went missing.
Are you calling me a thief? I don't have your stupid wallet.
I know you. You're a nice girl. Can't we solve this amicably?
No, I don't think so. And if you think you know me just because we shared the bed together, you're just a lousy and arrogant journalist.
Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind, Mr. Reid?
Did you steal Clayton Darby's wallet? Tell me the truth, Christina.
Of course I stole it. But I never thought he would come back to look for it.
Why did you do it? He seems to trust you.
For a time, I thought he was different from other men. In the end, he just wanted to sleep with me, same as the others.
Perhaps Clayton is different. Maybe you two should talk. A conversation couldn't hurt.
I know what I am and what people call me. I sleep with men for money. If I can accept that, why can't he? No. My future is with the ones I love, not with Clayton Darby.
The ones you love? The money you stole is not for you, then?
My brother is still in our hometown in Romania. I am the only one who can buy him a ticket to England.
Tell me, Christina, is it worth risking your health and your life for your brother's safety?
He's the only family I have left. I had to leave Romania without him. I can't be happy until he is near me again.
I understand your concern. I spent many months away from my family when I served on the front line in France.
Every time I write to him, I fear I won't receive an answer. It kills me to know he is still there.
England is perhaps not the best place in the world to live at the present time. Are you certain it's worth the sacrifice?
You think you know it all because you fought in the war. But my brother is no soldier.
I know. We all understand the risks to soldiers, but we don't necessarily recognize the civilian casualties caused by these conflicts.
Yes. Wars are decided by rich men who will never take the risk of being shot, raped, or maimed.
Does your brother know what you do to earn the money to bring him here?
Don't be simple, of course not. And he must never know. Everything will be different once he is here with me.
Goodbye, miss.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
Let's see. If I'm not mistaken...
Tell me, Clayton, do you really think this young woman stole your wallet?
Christina. Yes. I recently met her. A nice girl, despite her questionable conduct.
How exactly did you meet Christina?
During my investigation, I offered my hotel room to her to rest and get away from the street.
And what happened?
The next morning, my wallet and my watch had disappeared. I suppose that's what you get for being a good Samaritan.
If you are going to sleep with a lady of the night, Clayton, I would advise you to be cautious.
I can't really be mad at her, though. She's just trying to survive. She doesn't have many options.
Was it wise to become so intimate with a woman you were supposed to interview, Clayton?
Maybe it was. But I have learned to look for the inner truth and beauty in people.
I apologize. I didn't mean to be rude. What can you tell me about this woman?
She is very sensitive. So nostalgic about her country. I saw her cry once because she'd lost a precious souvenir from her homeland.
What was it?
A scarf her brother gave her before she came to England.
Why are you so concerned? You seem to have something on your mind, Mr. Darby.
That we could make peace if I could find it and give it back to her. But I'm afraid she lost the scarf somewhere during her night shift.
And that also
know
opens
that
up
Christina
another
is hoping
investigation,
to pay for her
obviously.
brother to travel to England in the near future?
I see. No, she didn't tell me that. But that explains many things.
Do you believe she will ever see her brother again?
As long as the war rages in Europe, I'm afraid her chances of seeing her brother again are slim to none.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby.
And now that I've done that, I can begin the cherished souvenir. And here's the trick. If you want to get his last secret and her last secret, you get it both at the same time. But if you want to get that last secret, yes, I know it's Whitechapel Old Road. But,
Over there!
oh, look.
There's one of them.
You were not the one I intended to detonate. The problem is not fighting him. The problem is fighting him in this enclosed area. Well, they've noticed me. And of course, it was one of them that had the scarf. But what I was saying about getting the last secret for both Christina and Clayton, you have to give the scarf back to Clayton. That way, he can give it back to her, and the two can make up.
By your false faith, imprisoned by your daily routine, unable to see the true horror around you.
Now I just have to find the guy. And there he is.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
I found this scarf. I believe its owner would be happier to receive it from you.
Dr. Reid, I may be a humble and dogged reporter, but I recognize a gentleman when I see one. Take this for your trouble.
Mr. Darby, I believe your feelings for Christina are deeper than you might admit.
I'm the journalist here. I'm the one who makes assertions.
But as a journalist, you also have to honor the truth. So, what is the truth about you and Christina?
I won't use the word romance, but yes, I do care for her. A lot. I hope the feeling is mutual. Ridiculous, is it not?
I believe love has neither boundaries nor rules, Mr. Darby, even if society says the opposite.
I hope more people will listen to your advice, Doctor. Starting with Christina.
Goodbye, Mr.
And that should... Yeah. See, it gives you her last secret as well as his. Okay, I need to talk to Mason. Which means... that. Although, Carrie, it does seem that you are correct. You do have to either mesmerize him to get in, or the simpler route, go to Loretta and buy some of that Swansea cordial and give that to him, apparently.
Game you pay for peace of mind.
But yeah, you need either level 3 mesmerize or a bottle of that cordial. Which I'll just take the simple route and avoid using mesmerize.
Good evening.
I'd like to...
Besides which, I need more ergotamine anyway.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
The walls of your home will not protect you.
Of course, it's plenty ugly right now. Whoop.
Don't you know better?
Don't I know better? Don't you know better than to than to try to shoot a guy who can... And it's an econ, no less.
Stupid newt! I'll turn you to dust! I'll send you back to the grave!
Fucker is draining all my stamina and all my blood.
You're feeble!
I'll kill you!
You know what? You can fight him.
It's up to us! He's dead!
Figured that out, did you?
Burn, burning!
And I can't heal because I'm at zero blood, or close to it. Back at the entrance to Whitechapel.
This is my territory! Stupid newborn! I'll put an end to you! You London vampires are so weak! You're feeble! You cannot win this!
You're right, I can't win this. I have no blood to heal myself with.
Don't you know better? This is now my
Okay, you know what? F you. Why is that open?
You're mine! You're bleeding! You're mine! Don't you know better? Die, vermin!
Explosion.
Watch yourselves! There's one of them! Over there! There's one of them vermin! You're feeble! Stupid newborn!
Good evening, sir. It's me again.
Leave me alone, I say, whoever you are.
It cannot be safe for a blind man to live here alone. Let me enter, sir. I swear I mean you no harm.
Well, a voice never lies, and yours clearly is the voice of a gentleman. All right, Doctor, come on in.
What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
So what is the name of my nocturnal visitor?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. As I already explained to you, I'm inquiring about the epidemic.
Dr. Reid? The eminent surgeon? My God, I'd never have expected a brilliant physician like you to knock on my door.
You flatter me, sir.
No, sir, I am flattered. I read all your work when I still had my sight. I loved it. I'm Mason Swanborough, by the way.
Does someone take care of you in this isolated place?
My sister Loretta and I have our daily routine. Every morning and evening she comes by so we can talk and eat. Then she leaves and I stay.
Where does your sister go?
Well, let's just say she earns enough money for us both.
What's so amusing about that?
I won't hide the truth from you. Loretta sells a fake miracle elixir to the sick people of Whitechapel.
Do you not appreciate your sister's visits?
Loretta is the best and worst thing that happened to me, and I believe she could say the same thing about me.
And what else have you learned about me, Mr. Swanborough?
I know you assisted Professor Carell in France, and that you invented a new blood transfusion method based on his work.
Yes. Those were frustrating but exciting days. I loved it.
Yes, the thrill of research and discovery. This is what drives people like us, Dr. Reid. Oh, how I envy you.
Do you know Braille, Mr. Swanborough?
I'm no expert, but I learned it in my spare time, yes. Why?
I found a strange document entitled Cure for Blindness. It's written in Braille, so I thought perhaps it was yours.
Really? Is that some kind of sick joke? Let me see.
Here it is.
This letter seems authentic. And it actually refers to an experimental cure for blindness. You have piqued my interest, Dr. Reid.
Could it be of any use to you?
No. This page is just a part of a larger diary. I'd be glad if you could find the other pages.
What a coincidence, I have
found another page of the diary, Mr. Swanborough.
This diary is still not complete. The man who wrote it claims he is a member of some scholarly brotherhood called the St. Paul's Stole.
Really? I've heard of them. Very capable scientists. Perhaps the man who wrote this really found a cure.
I would need more pages to figure it out, but it's as promising as it is intriguing.
You seem unwell, sir. Do you need my assistance?
Actually, I feel worse than usual. Can you give me something?
Yes. I can give you a little something that has been proven effective.
Thank you, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough.
Wandering in this part of town.
And this is to learn another of his secrets. He's going to come in here and start fiddling with his chemistry set. You know what? I'm going to bet I just missed it, didn't I? While going to get my blood pressure medication. Well, at least he's going to recover and the district is going to be healthy. Well, it already is healthy, but... Ah, here we go.
All right, time to make some more of that miracle stew. Where is the burner? Ouch! Shit!
You found the burner.
Oh, shit, no more chlorine. Well, the next batch will be a little less miraculous, that's all.
Good evening, Mr. Swanborough.
Is it you, Doctor? Tell me, how do you see the world these days? What can I do for you?
Is your sister using you and your skills for her own profit?
I've lost my sight, not my wits. Loretta couldn't manipulate me in a million years.
Are you sure about that? You clearly depend on her.
Let me be perfectly clear. I came up with the idea of the Swanborough cordial. Loretta needs me more than I need her.
Goodbye, Mr.
But that is all of his. Now I need to find her other
this
two.
part of town at night, you're either brave.
Or a brave fool. Aha. Figured there might be something up here.
It's locked, all right.
To people at this late hour.
Vampires drink our blood, but they feed on our soul. How could we believe that any man or woman killed by these foul creatures, bitten by their filthy mouths, could then be accepted in heaven? No, their bodies have been defiled and their souls have been corrupted. Their place is now in hell with the legions of blood-sucking demons. Vampires feed on our souls. Well, someone's a hypocrite, I see. let's see. Aquafontis illeripetita, edam stellata, hydrogen protoxide, excipient nil aliud. Absolutely none of which are real ingredients. Which stands to reason. They wouldn't want someone playing the game to actually try to make the stuff. And I'm going to have to track down those other 2 pages of the cure. Thankfully, the flickering light tells me that there's another layer up there. One of the pages is off in the west west end, where I'm going to have to go. But no, let's see. Might as well find. Might as well find the 3rd page. Which is in the sewers under the cemetery. Okay, yeah.
I cannot enter.
Let's see. Oh, river, river, river.
Eddie, human! Helen!
Don't need the Stonebridge sewers, do I? Well, maybe I do. Okay, yeah, I guess I do. Quarantine, contagious disease.
Christ! He's dead! Look lively! It's on to us!
can't believe I'm doing this.
Uh-huh. Oh. Wait a damn minute. You know what, while I'm here. Tough call, but I've already started absorbing blood points when it hits, so let's increase that. And oh, that's going to take some work. I need white phosphorus or sodium hydroxide for that. If I'd thought about it, I might have increased that premium stake. Oh well. need those good trigger parts. Now there is supposed to be... Okay, basically there's supposed to be an air... Oh, is it inside here? That might be it. Maybe I was misreading that. But hey, at least I found another lair and upgraded a lot of my weapons. Not that I use most of the weapons, but I might as well put all those common parts to some use, right?
I'll put it into you!
And I was misreading it. This is the area that I was supposed to be in.
I should bring this to Mason Swanborough. It's locked.
You'll be coming back into this at the end of the investigation. That's 3 out of 4, and the fourth one is in the district that I gotta go to. But first... Now they explode.
Steady, boys, we've got one of...
Oh, I turned the wrong way and ended up back in Pembroke. Well, I gotta cross the river and find Lady Ashbury. Doesn't do me any good to go all the way back to Mason when I only have 3 out of 4. And I'll have to find the rest of Loretta's hints when I do come back this way.
Crush the leaves, boys! No! This is no place for... You're mine, Bernie! bitches in here!
Well, I'm gonna have to defeat him before that door opens.
I cannot enter.
Oh, come on. Alright, fine. We'll run the rest of the way through the damn district. And find the rest of Loretta's secrets while I'm here. Yay.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? We can sort it out right
While I'm here, I might as well check with,
I prefer not to give you another beating, Barrett.
check in with Barrett, see if he has any more.
Right then.
He doesn't, but it was worth stopping. I was gonna say, see if he has any more of those good handle or good trigger parts that I need, or good handle parts. Either one.
Its effectiveness has been proven by... Good evening.
Loretta, is your brother your accomplice, or are you just using him?
I would never take advantage of Mason's handicap. He is my brother. He is the person I cherish the most.
But if he's not careful, he could make a deadly mistake. You have to be aware of that.
He is blind, not stupid. He's always been the brains of the family, and the Swanborough cordial was his idea in the first place.
Loretta, your miraculous formula wouldn't even cure a common cold, and you know it.
The Swanborough's cordial's secret ingredient is hope, Doctor, and it's something people around here really need.
A placebo effect is real and has benefit. But in your case, you could be murdering your customers, who may die because they are not receiving the necessary medical attention.
Medical attention? In Whitechapel? Trust me, my cordial is the best option they have, since it is the only one.
Well, let me make sure I don't give her the wrong answer here.
Well, as it is a placebo of sorts, perhaps it may have some positive effect.
See? You have to admit I'm doing some good. The Swanborough family is not poisoning anybody, Doctor.
Goodbye, Miss.
I can't unlock... Turns out I can't unlock the rest of her hints without a letter that's in her brother's apartment. So that'll have to wait until I go back to his apartment. Which will not be until I have the 4th page. I just don't see the point of running back there after... Oh, come on. Can't get there that... Well, I don't need to go to West End anyway. But I would like to take that route instead of going all the way back to the damn hospital and up through that route.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial.
Who distribute flowers at this hour of night?
Joe, please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Baron, you know the game you pay for peace of mind.
Alright. Hi-ho, back to the damn hospital we go. Apparently, hi-ho, in
Its effectiveness has been proven by many.
a complete circle we go, too. On the plus side, having fought my way through this region already, they haven't respawned yet. Past the hospital. Run down to the bridge, cross the damn bridge.
Get them weapons ready! We found one! Kill it,
Kill an asshole.
No! All of you bloody leeches need killing!
And I'll leave you to deal with them.
They want war. I'll show them war.
Whatever this poor woman did, nobody deserves this kind of punishment.
This is not where I needed to be. And I can't get out there that way. It is not making it easy for me to get to Ashbury's mansion, is it? Can't get there that way because the gate is locked. Can't get that way because the gate is locked. Can't get there this way because the gate is locked. There we go. Break through a few barrels. Somehow you never think of doing that, even though the game allows you to break this stuff.
It's locked.
Oh. Well, I'm sure it'll let me in a little bit.
So this is where she lives. What a splendid house.
Dr. Reid, welcome. How are you?
As good as one can be, considering the circumstances.
Yes. Death and affliction seem prevailing themes of late. Please, come in. We have much to discuss.
I hope I haven't disturbed you.
Not at all. Actually, I was counting on you visiting me tonight.
How strange, this painting. Beautiful, melancholic, yet with a haunting dignity.
Indeed. A long time ago, a friend asked me to paint this for him. But I kept it in the end.
I did not know you were a painter, my lady.
There are many things you do not know about me, young Ekon.
Please, call me Jonathan.
Please excuse my behavior, Jonathan. I tend to tease my friends when uneasy.
What is bothering you, my lady? Your letter was quite alarming.
We will talk about this in a few minutes. For now, I would like you to tell me about yourself. How have you been since we last met, my friend?
My sister Mary. She was made a vampire in the same way I was. She was the one killing all those people everywhere I went.
Vengeance is a powerful force for those betrayed. Made vampire through careless error. Victims by surprise.
In the end, she implored me to put an end to her misery. But still, I felt I had taken her life twice.
I am so sorry for my accidental cruelty. Had I known your dear Mary was still alive, I would never have sent you to pray for her soul in that church.
There is no need to apologize, my lady. Your words have been most helpful in these difficult times.
Thank you, my friend. If only we could have guided your poor sister through her terrible nightmare.
I swear I did not intend that. If only I had known then how vampires are created.
That is the scientist speaking. In truth, most of us do not know how it really works. Personally, I make sure my prey will not return to haunt me.
What do you mean?
I am merciless, Jonathan. I only feed on the dying, and I make sure they are dead before leaving their remains.
Yeah, as it says in that one vampire movie, central nervous system, disconnect.
I came to the conclusion that my maker, whoever he might be, must be a powerful vampire. Certainly extremely old.
How have you reached this conclusion?
I felt this power, radiating like an aura every time he appeared.
Most ancestral vampires of England were killed by the Guard of Prewen half a century ago. I wonder who your maker could be.
You have no idea who he could be?
Some of the ancient ones fled England. Some may still be in hiding. All I know is you, my friend, are a pawn in some secret and obscure game of chess.
He is the only immortal I've seen appear in an ethereal form. His voice, his words seemed ancient. It was disturbing.
I am afraid you are right. The simple fact that your blood made Mary such a strong Ekon proves that you must be of ancient lineage.
I think I should ask the questions, your ladyship. After all, it was you who invited me to settle this most urgent of matters.
Fair enough, Jonathan. The situation is critical. We do not have the luxury for etiquette.
Please do not misunderstand me. I would be delighted to discuss mundane matters and idle trivialities.
If we survive the dark nights to come, we shall have all the time in the world to speak, you and I. For now, please follow me, Jonathan.
I must say, your house is exquisite.
One of the advantages of living forever is having the time to be selective with one's furnishings. I took the liberty of having tea served.
You can still drink tea.
Can't keep it down, but I do so enjoy the aroma. Let us toast to make-believe. And of course to your health, Jonathan.
And to yours, my lady.
Please, call me Elizabeth.
So, my lady, why, truly, did you invite me here?
I've been asked to deliver an official invitation to meet the Ascalon Club.
Who are they? Really?
They are the embodiment of vampire law in Britain. Some say they influence the destiny of the Empire. Some believe they merely protect it.
How many are they?
Only a small number of powerful and deceitful immortals. All of them entangled in a sticky web of shadow cabinets, influencing trade.
Will they fight the Guard of Prewen?
I doubt it. Fergal was Lord Redgrave's executioner forever and a day. By defeating that beast, you deprived them of a powerful weapon.
Why use you to contact me?
Because they know we are close. The Ascalon Club has many spies. Their main occupation is gathering information and then deciding how to use it.
Have they threatened you in any way?
Not at all. Their message surprised me at first. But it is only logical, considering the critical situation in London.
Why not ask for your help? Since you are obviously a powerful and influential immortal yourself.
You have to understand that I am invisible to the eyes of Ascalon, for I am a woman. That suits me well, as long as they leave me alone.
Should I trust them?
Of course not. Do not misunderstand me. They can be very useful, but I believe their long-term goals differ from yours.
Why meet them then?
Because nothing truly important can be achieved in this city without their consent. They could be powerful allies in this current situation.
Should I lie to them?
We all lie, Jonathan. It falls to you to choose your behavior. The most important rule is to show them due respect.
They have done nothing but impede my investigation since I became known to them. Why would they want to see me now?
I guess they now see you as Ascalon material. They must have found out what happened to your sister. Proof of the potent blood flowing through your veins.
I'm not sure I can accept their invitation. I have seen their handiwork. How Fergal the Beast imposed the club's law.
You have no choice, Jonathan. Even I would not openly defy Lord Redgrave, the chairman of the Ascalon Club.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave? Who is he?
Lord Redgrave is the founder and chairman of the Ascalon Club. Most mortals know him as the Earl of Bristol. He is rich and extremely influential.
Have you met him?
Only on rare occasions, for he never goes outside the club. And women are not awarded membership, even immortals.
How old is he? How long has he been a vampire?
Lord Redgrave claims to be the progeny of William Marshall, the most valiant knight who ever lived. If that is true, he could be very old.
Yeah, you're probably right, Di.
How powerful is his reach?
The Ascalon Club may be the most influential secret society in England. Not all its members are immortals, but they are all very powerful.
Yeah, we kind of discovered that.
They are not all immortals. How is that?
The club is mainly comprised of political figures who seek the safety and expansion of the Empire. The most loyal are awarded immortality.
Any familiar or famous names?
As the richest, most relentless British tycoon, Aloysius Dawson is considered ideal Ascalon material and has been watched for years.
That's a name you should be familiar with.
If you are convinced I must meet him, I will heed your advice.
Thank you, Jonathan. I understand your reluctance to brush shoulders with London's vampire elite. But we have no choice.
Is the situation that critical?
Yes. The Guard of Prewen has called for a second great hunt of our kind. And they will stop at nothing to eliminate us.
What is a great hunt?
The first great hunt was launched about 75 years ago. In just a few nights, the Guard of Prewen located and destroyed most of the old British vampires.
Why start a second one?
Prewen has always seen us immortals as a threat to mankind. My guess is they suspect one or more of us is the cause of the epidemic.
How did you survive the first hunt?
I fled, Jonathan. Like most vampires who survived that slaughter. And I secretly came back when I was sure they had lost my trail.
Will the Guard of Prewen and the Ascalon Club fight each other?
I doubt it. If Priwen really launched a great hunt, I think most of the Ekons I know would flee the country to escape the bloodbath.
I think I saw them kill an Ekon on the way to your house. They seem to have a list with names.
To launch another great hunt, they must have collected intelligence on vampire identities and whereabouts. They are a resourceful lot.
Should we fight back? I will not be hunted down like an animal again.
I admire your courage, Jonathan. But the best way to fight them is to put an end to the epidemic. This is the only way to clear the air.
You should flee then. Leave London, the country even. I have seen the Guard in action. They are merciless.
Your concern warms my heart, Jonathan. But fear not. If the situation gets too dangerous, I shall retreat to my secret Scottish manor. I could hide you in my luggage, if you wish.
Thank you for the offer. I shall keep it in mind, but I have much to do here. There is a question I must ask you. Could Lord Redgrave be my maker?
I doubt it. If Lord Redgrave had made you his progeny, he would not have seemed so surprised when you demonstrated the strength of your lineage.
What is the plan?
The plan is we both try to save this city, you and I. Go to Ascalon, accept their proposition, and use their influence to promote your agenda.
How can I save London?
The epidemic is the priority. You must find its origin and put an end to it. This is the best way to solve the crisis.
What will you do?
I still have contacts and old friends in this town. I shall make some inquiries and attempt to learn more of the situation. We need clarity.
Will I ever discover the identity of my maker?
Maybe not, Jonathan. We know for sure you were made by a powerful vampire, but most of those fled England long ago.
You have no idea at all? You seem to know so many things about the secrets of the vampire underworld.
Even if I had my suspicions, I would not dare give you a name so soon. All I can say is this. I will make inquiries and keep you informed.
Please forgive my bluntness, but I have to ask. Was it you? Did you make me?
Oh, Jonathan. I know you shall always have a gnawing doubt about who made you an immortal. But I swear, I had nothing to do with it.
One day soon, I will have to find the answer to this mystery.
And I shall help you in your research, I promise. For now, you must go to the Ascalon Club and play their game.
Will I see you again at the Pembroke Hospital?
No, you will find me here if you need me. I shall conduct inquiries alone, and we can then share our discoveries.
When will we meet again?
As soon as you meet Lord Redgrave, I suppose. Fear not, my dear. I shall only be a heart's beat away.
Will you not visit Pembroke again?
No. I must remain discreet and avoid attracting attention to Pembroke Hospital for the time being.
But how will you sustain yourself?
I shall not, Jonathan. Fear not. I'm used to it.
I want to thank you for all your support and your help, my lady.
Could you do me a last great favor and call me Elizabeth?
I should be honored, my lady.
Then it is settled. Finally, some good news in these dark hours.
Thank you. I appreciate the advice. I had best prepare myself to meet this Lord Redgrave now.
How thrilling to meet the Earl of Bristol in the flesh, so to speak.
Something tells me you're not very keen on the man.
Don't get me wrong. The gentlemen of the Ascalon Club are honorable, but their attitude and opinions are somewhat antiquated.
I see.
As long as they deny access to female applicants, I will leave them to their antediluvian considerations as to the natural order of things. Jonathan, promise me you'll be careful.
Of course. But why the fear in your voice?
Look at me, Jonathan.
I am.
I mean, really look at me, young Ekon. We may be deceptive by nature, but this heart of mine has always told the truth.
Oh. Elizabeth.
Go, my friend. But come back to me soon.
That is the one thing about these games that's kind of funny, though. All the people he's chopped up, bled dry, literally exploded, and there's not one drop of blood on that suit of his. Now that's impressive.
So, time to visit the Ascalon Club. It's locked, all right.
And of course she immediately has new dialogue as soon as I leave. I don't know why they didn't talk about that right away. I can still find a few things scattered around her house, too.
It's locked.
Dracula, to the aspiring Lady Ashbury, there are darknesses in life and there are lights, and you are one of the lights, the light of all lights. Bram Stoker, 4 August 1897. So, she has an autographed copy of Bram Stoker's Dracula. And actually met the guy in person. The Blood Night tragedy. Only a few of us remained after the shock of the Great Hunt. I was one of them. I remember how the sudden attack of the enemy caught us all by surprise. Blood was shed during those few nights. Some of us who survived chose to exile. I don't blame them, but I regret their lack of fortitude, for it is courage we need to protect the interests of the Empire. Courage we need to defend the values we stand for. May we all remember that William Marshall himself never lowered his head. My beloved Maker may be long gone now, but his presence is still among us. We keep a few drops of his sacred blood to remind us what we are and what we seek: honor, purity, and excellence. I had the privilege of speaking with the knight many times as his progeny and as his friend. He spoke to me of the tear of angels, the holy beverage supposed to appease the inextinguishable hunger we all feel, that he never ceased to search, even without knowing if such artifact exists. I admired his tenacity, and it is this tenacity, the indefectible belief in something bigger than us, that will make us survive any future great hunt launched by our enemies. Ascalon will be rebuilt always, for it is an ideal. From the Law of Ascalon by Lord Redgrave, founder.
Hello again, Jonathan.
Sorry to disturb you again, but could you spare me a few minutes?
Of course, my dear. Always a pleasure to speak with you.
Concerning your investigation.
Yes?
Are you truly seeking to identify my maker?
I cannot promise you anything, but yes. I am conducting some research of my own.
Do you know if the epidemic has affected many people in the West End?
I confess I've been more concerned by events in the East End. The wealthy have more efficient ways of dealing with infection.
But this is no common epidemic.
That is true. I must tell my daughter to stay at home for a few days. But the girl is stubborn and fiercely independent. Much like her mother.
Do you think we shall ever see better days? Or at least, better nights?
I know not, Jonathan. I have seen some horrid days in my long lifetime. Experience has taught me that one cannot outrun the fates.
Will you tell me your story one day, Lady Ashbury?
One of them, perhaps. I have had so many lives, Jonathan. Eternity may not be enough to relate them all.
When all of this is over, the war and the epidemic, we could leave the city for a while. Travel around Europe, you and I.
Traveling is always so complicated for us poor creatures of the night. But yes, I would be glad to travel the world with you, my dear.
Goodbye, Elizabeth.
And of course she's making a painting of him. And coincidentally, Di, that is one of the places where Lord Redgrave is overhyped. Is that you remember that letter mentioned that he kept a few drops of William's blood? It ain't William's blood. Or if it is, they're not sure. Excuse me while I run. The Finsbury Theatre. We'll be back.
Over there! There's one of them vermin! Christ! He's dead! Die, vermin! Shit, that leaks his spot!
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners. The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
You London vampires are so weak!
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. Do you need help, sir?
I think I'm fine. But what happened to my jailer? Be careful. He's as vicious as he is strong.
You don't have to worry about him anymore. What happened here?
I am Tadao Kimura. I was imprisoned by this lunatic for several days. I thought I was going to die here.
You're not going to die now, Mr. Kimura. If you hurry, you should be able to get home safely.
It seems that I owe you my life. You have all my gratitude, Dr. Reid, since it is the most precious thing I possess.
Goodbye, Mr. Kimura. Take care.
That was a short investigation. The heresy of the pure blood. Pure blood, we know the expression. We heard it in the foul mouth of the heretics and the foreign barbarians. Used it sometimes ourselves. But do we really know what it means? A vampire born from an immortal belly. What a disgusting idea. How would such a creature find its place among the living? What would be its purpose? Ours is clear, gentlemen. Ascalon is here to protect the Empire and all its citizens. We are the protectors and shepherds, even when sometimes sacrifice a sheep for our sustenance. Whoever will be found guilty of succumbing to the desire of breeding a mortal child shall be eradicated.
Over there! There's one of them vermin! Snap it, leech! Dead! Steady, boys! Got one over there! Filthy piece of shit!
No, but this strip mall is the place for me.
It's a leech! I'll send you to hell.
Yet another gun. Of course, the Lupar is a double-barreled too, but it's a sawed-off double-barreled. The full double-barreled if I'm not mistaken... Yeah, see, it's 344 at level 3. The Remarkable Luparo is 352 at level 4. Not much of a difference.
Watch yourselves!
More Braille. I should bring this to Mason Swanborough.
There. Now I have all the things to finish that quest. When I head back that way. The Blind Gourmet. Today's menu.
A restaurant where the guests are blindfolded before being seated. Intriguing.
Today's menu. Entrees. Guess what? Mystery plate. Exquisite flavors. Main courses, tasteful surprise, wonderful savors, refined curiosity. Desserts, sweet mystery, hot and cold surprise, palate revolution. Forewarning, all our customers are blindfolded before sitting at their table. They are invited to use all their senses to enjoy their meals, except their sight. Now that is a traditional restaurant. I mean, how many places do you go where you don't get it? This is not... As the saying goes, this is not Burger King. You don't get it your way. You get it as it's served to you. I should check the... Yeah, I found him. And I'll meet up with him later. I also want to try, while I'm here, to manually open the gates back into the other districts, since I'm on this side.
The Ascalon Club, the heart of British vampire society. Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Jonathan Reid.
Welcome, Dr. Reid. Welcome to my humble shop.
How is the situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonders.
Are you not concerned about the epidemic?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
You cannot expect the newspapers to expose the truth while the war is still raging. I can assure you that the situation here is desperate.
Well, that's news then. But I can't believe that things are that bad. Are you sure you're not exaggerating a bit? For the thrill of it?
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city. I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
Finding a good restaurant? Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
It shows.
I must confess, I have quite specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
Is it not a little too late to be trading?
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour. Believe me, my friend, it is always at night that you meet the most fascinating characters.
But what about the epidemic? The bombs and raids? And all the random violence?
Please, sir, this is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
So you prefer to
You'll be
work
there
at
to
night?
hear it exploding,
Oh,
too.
I also enjoy a sunny day like everybody else. But the night always has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
Do you have any family nearby?
Not since my parents died. I'm London's lone gourmet.
London's Lone Gourmet. What a strange title.
I used that name in my early years when I was a food critic, and I kept it.
Really? But you seem to be such a pleasant and sociable fellow.
I'm afraid the real hedonist has to be sometimes. I discovered ecstasy as a solitary pleasure, but it does not mean it can't ever be shared.
I may have a look at your goods, Mr. Russell.
Well, to be fair,
Only the first step. Women of all countries.
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reid. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte.
and that's her daughter. Well, her adopted daughter, obviously.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day, I'll have my death to face.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reid? Or you?
Of course not. You have nothing to fear from me, or your mother.
Good to know. And don't worry, my mother told me everything I need to know about vampire tricks, their nature as well as features.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reid.
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reid?
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night, since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reid. And please, don't tell my mother.
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How was it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Goodbye, Sharp.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
There we go. That's one door unlocked at least. Lake Lawn, Edmund Ronstadt, Doris Fletcher, Royal Garden Hall, Red Crown Street, London, June to July 1917. Well, that's a significant amount of time in the future from when the game takes place. Oh, hey, more stuff. You can never have too much stuff in a video game. We'll be back in this part of town too. That door will be open later. Or, I should say, available later. And another door unlocked. Makes it a little bit easier to pass between districts.
Good evening, miss. Can I help you? I'm a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reid.
I am Karina Billow. I don't need any doctor. The rats. Where are the rats?
Miss, you don't seem well at all. Are you afraid of rats? Has one bitten you?
No, it's me who bites them. Tasty, juicy, disgusting rats. I can't stop eating them. Help me, please. Help me to disobey the voice.
Let's see. Karina is there. Well, fortunately, he does have a bottomless inventory.
What happened to you?
The rats. The answer hides in their little crunchy bones, their juicy, tiny brains.
Miss Billow, please, try to concentrate. Why do you worry about rats so much?
The voice in my head. He forces me to do so. Drink their blood, he said. Eat their flesh.
Tell me about the voice in your head. Who is it? Can you describe it? Is it someone you know? Someone you met?
Keep your mouth shut, he said. Don't ever speak about me, or I'll abandon you. Help me, please, Doctor.
Do you feel compelled to obey that voice, Miss Billow? Even if you're loath to submit to it?
Yes. Please. Help.
What is the local news hereabouts, Miss Billow?
Shadows. Shadows hunting shadows. Whispers in the dark. Pestilence. Suffering. Death.
Tell me about yourself, Miss Billow. What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm hungry. I need to eat. Have you got something for me? Blood, perhaps? Can you give me blood, Dr. Reid?
Don't you remember who you are, miss? What you did for work?
I was strong, proud. I campaigned for good causes. But that was before. It does not matter anymore. I'm so hungry.
I must go now.
Gonna keep an eye on Karina because she's gonna go into another area, and I'll be able to spy on her to learn another one of her hints. It's almost hard to justify not embracing her. She's being manipulated by another vampire, and she actually will beg you to put her out of her misery and thank you for your kindness if you do. But again, if you kill any of the NPCs, boom, there goes the best ending. Although, like I was telling Carrie yesterday, the second best ending isn't bad. It's just not the best ending.
You make me sick, you juicy, warm treat. Damn it! Oh my, what have we got here? A dead rat. Oh, so gross. So tempting. Eternal life. Through the blood of the lesser beasts, he said. Oh, dear God, help me. Save me, for I can't stand what I've become.
And then now we can talk to her, well, when she gets out of there. Oh, hey, loot.
Rats.
Why do you eat rats, Karina?
Their flesh contains the path to immortality. I have to eat them all if I want to live. Help me. Please. Make it stop.
I don't know if I can, miss. You have been tricked, forced to play a disgusting game. I don't know how to save you.
Kill me then, Doctor. Take my life. I beg you.
I can't do that, Miss Billow. I'm a doctor. I won't kill as an answer to pain or suffering. Never again.
It is my decision. If I could, I'd do it myself. You're a doctor, but also a vampire, aren't you? Kill me, please. Make it stop.
Well,
I must go now. I'm sure Kaloon Russell has no interest in such a conventional menu.
yeah, I'll have to go back to that restaurant in the strip mall. And in fact, that's even what's highlighted.
A restaurant where the guests are blindfolded before being seated. Intriguing. Fresh water. As long as it's not holy water, I may find some use for it.
And that goes to the plant back in the office. You know, that plant that was withered up. It never dies, no matter how long you take to get back to it. But the only way you're going to restore it is with that water.
This one's mine! Fucking beast!
There are surprisingly few investigations in this part of town. There's actually only 3 investigations.
Whether you need to buy something or not, I am happy to help. Good evening, Dr. Reid. A great night, what?
I have found a restaurant that could satisfy you, Mr. Russell. The most intriguing and exotic restaurant in London.
Really? You have piqued my interest. Where is it?
It's a place where you eat in complete darkness and try to identify your meal without anything but your palate.
My, oh my, how interesting. It could even be fun to eat a little poisson et fruit that way. Oh, thank you, Dr. Reid. Please, have this for your research.
I may...
Let any strangers come into your house.
Good evening, sir.
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence. Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard. In my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You know what's funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore. I'm involved in another kind of battle now.
What is this new battle?
I saw terrible things during the war. Horrors I thought I'd forget. They're here too. They're everywhere.
vampires.
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. With the epidemic, I bet you've been busy as well. Forgive me, Johnny, I didn't want to sound selfish.
How is your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much time away from each other, and so many things have happened.
Is everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
But you're alive. You returned in one piece and you have a family. How many soldiers can say the same?
Believe me, it's not quite that simple. Unlike you, I'm not the man I used to be.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
The Man Who Was Dead with Doris Fletcher, Archer Noel, and Simon Bells. Opened March 14th to May 18th, 1913. New Venus Theatre, Whiteacre Street, London. Well, I took the wrong turn, but since I'm here, there is a poster around here with some of... Aha. Nope, that's War Munitions Volunteers. Somewhere around here, near the Ascalon Society, which is on the other side of that gate, there is a poster with some of the scribblings of that woman who's been eating the rats. Could be down there in that area. No, it's not, but it is directly south of the Ascalon Club. Well, it's not worth wasting the time to look for it. Not at the moment. Oh, gotcha. Whoops. Okay. Can't complete that mission until we go join the Ascalon Club. So, I guess it's off to the Ascalon Club we go.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Jonathan, is that you? I did not know you were back in London. Oh, my dear Johnny. I'm so sorry for your loss. Mary was such a sweetheart.
Thank you, Venus. May I come in?
I was going to bed, actually.
Forgive me. With the epidemic, I tend to forget people are supposed to sleep at night.
I'll tell you what. Come back tomorrow for tea. I'll be glad to see you then.
Women's right to vote is only the first step.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reid. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
Looks
there
like
has been quite a battle here. I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Oh, trust me, they do. Oops, did not mean to go out the back door by accident. I thought that led to the kitchens or something. Well, at any rate. The Ascalon Club is an association of gentlemen secretly aiming for the protection of the Crown's interests. I founded it in 1837 to honor and perpetuate the legacy of my maker, William Marshall, 1st Earl of Pembroke and true protector of England. All the members of the club must be of good extraction and flawless moral fiber. Since the club accepts mortal members, who will be duly observed and valued as proper candidates for immortality, the goal of the club is to impose respectable traditions and behaviors amongst the good vampire society, but also to promote and expand the imperial hegemony of England. We are the true elite of British society. We are Ascalon, the holy lance held by St. George's, protector of England, when the saints slew the dragon. As lance-bearers ourselves, we vow to defend the Empire's interests. From the Law of Ascalon by Lord Redgrave, founder. A good dagger. Yet another weapon for me to carry around. Okay. Oh, there we go.
Good evening. We repel the intruders for now.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reid. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Here, here.
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reid. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reid.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
She's a close friend, and I'm honored that she feels the same about me.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why have you asked me here?
Because the crisis is escalating. Our enemies, the Guard of Priwen, have even launched an open hunt. The only way to calm things down is to put an end to the epidemic.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End? Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reid, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reid. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the Crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
As if he's not.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members, and I do appreciate obedience.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all Skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country. My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reid, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall, speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation. Delightful.
Waste not, want not,
Welcome
I guess.
to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reid. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
And there you have it. We have met Lord Redgrave. And we have about 4,000 XP.
I personally
but
was patrolling last night in the
we
West
get to talk
End,
to everyone here, especially that old man sitting in the chair. He's the only mortal.
Is an outrage. We shall chase these intruders down.
But we will do that in the next session because it's coming up on 10 o'clock. It's unfortunate that we got a late start or we could get further into this, but we'll pick it up next Monday. On Saturday, I'm going to do the stream that I tried to do last Saturday, which is going to be State of Decay 2. Just because I love that game and I want to show it to people. So, with that in mind, I'm going to end it here. If you're new, don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great rest of your day.